Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Anti-Brexit campaigners have marched through Westminster today as MPs prepare to vote on Monday on key legislation to take us out of the EU. Organisers estimate around 50,000 protesters took part, many of them from here in the capital, the most pro-Remain part of the country. Anna Miller reports.
These protesters say they feel like the ignored masses. With 60% of Londoners voting to remain in the EU, some have come together to be amongst like-minded people and say they want to be heard.
We feel so passionately. This is the wrong decision and we need to do everything we can.
I feel totally violated by the whole idea of leaving.
We just need to make certain that the country at large and the government in particular realise that people still feel very, very strongly.
This anti-Brexit protest has been organised by a grassroots movement called the People's March for Europe.
You know, even if you believe in Brexit, you must be in despair about the way they're approaching these negotiations.
So what about the 40% of Londoners that chose to leave? Places like Barking and Dagenham and Sutton voted for Brexit, and politicians representing them say they just want the government to get on with it.
Frankly, they need to get over it, accept the result, and let's get on with the job of making Brexit a success.
So in short, you think protests like this is a bit of a joke?
Yeah. I mean, we who wanted to leave the European Union were laughed at. We were told there was never going to be a referendum. We were said that there was never going to be an outvote, and they all laughed at us, but they're not laughing now.
As the Brexit negotiations continue, it feels the voices trying to stop it still have hope.
Enough of this hypocrisy! This is not democracy!
Anna Miller, BBC London News.
Thousands of anti-Brexit activists have marched through central London, claiming that leaving the European Union no longer holds credibility. Days before the Commons holds its first vote on the Brexit repeal bill, MPs from all parties told the crowds that the British people should also have a meaningful say. Simeon Brown reports.
Following a week of negotiations, Remainers summoned an army to stop Brexit. But even the cavalry seemed spooked. This is the kind of crowd you'd expect at a Remain protest, and they're unhappy about the process so far.
The government is a complete shambles and it's not working out. We've got a 2-year countdown and nothing already has been achieved. So
it doesn't feel like it's going to get achieved in those 2 years either.
But they're not the only ones unhappy. This protest was a chance for the 48% to show they're a cross-party campaign. But the most visible party present were the Lib Dems. They made Remain a rallying cause at the last election and did worse off in vote share than the previous election. Is this a sign that Remainers are split and these protesters are out of step with the country?
We increased our MPs and we've got now a leader.
Marginally.
Yeah, but we increased them. That's better than Mrs May.
I mean, you really can't rewrite history. You know that your party made a big appeal on Europe and it didn't come off in the elections.
Mrs May was making a big appeal on a hard Brexit and she came off the worst.
Watching on was one amused lead campaigner.
The time for campaigning about whether we need to leave or stay is over. We're leaving. And now it's about how we're going to leave.
With the focus of government on how we leave the EU, the challenge for these Remainers is how do they turn protest into an effective opposition against a hard Brexit.
Simeon Brown reporting.
I've been